Well, hello there, boys and girls. Welcome once again to Richard's Toy Room, also known as Megos and More. Today I have a really special treat for you. We have this Pro Sports Marketing NFL Action Teammate. I am the original owner of this. It has never been played with. I have taken it out of the box a couple of times to look at it, but I've never taken him off the backing card. I've never opened his accessories. Pretty much he's been in a box for the last almost 40 years. I acquired this at a J.C. Penney's. I forget what they called it at the time. It was kind of like a closeout store that J.C. Penney's had. I think it's actually still there, or at least it's still open, but maybe not in the same location. This was located in Tempe, Arizona, somewhere around, I think, Baseline and Rural, in that area. And it was in a sort of a strip mall kind of location. But anyway, it was sort of like where they would send all the stuff that wasn't selling from the main JCPenney stores, where they would send it all for closeouts. And it's not actually marked JCPenney's, but I mean, you can see here the sticker. It was $2. I remember exactly getting this. It was on a display not too far from the door. I don't remember if they had different ones or not, but the reason I bought this one is because it was Buffalo Bills, and I am originally from Buffalo. And this was number 12, Joe Ferguson. Now, as you can see, he has fallen apart due to rotted rubber bands, even though he was never played with. And he was pretty much, I mean, you can see this box is like about as close to mint condition as you can get. I never even had him on display. It was always pretty much stored away in a cardboard box somewhere. So today we have a twofold video going for you. We're going to review this, show you everything that he came with, and I'm also going to attempt to repair him back to new condition, or at least as close as can possibly get. So I'll show you some more of the box here. He did come with a stand, and like I said, I never took any of that stuff out of the package. Here's, at the time, I'm assuming they probably had all of these teams available at the time. Usually it was the quarterback was the numbering of the player that they sold. And obviously there are more NFL teams now, and some of them have changed their logos and or cities. So I forget exactly what year this was. I want to say it was like 1981 or 82, something like that. I don't see a date on it. I'm just going on my memory of when I bought it. But I mean, you can even see it was never even punched to hang on a hook. So I mean, this is, and these go for pretty big bucks, especially I would think in this condition, but I have no intention of selling it. The reason I bought it, I'm not really a football fan, but again, like I said, Buffalo Bills, that's my heritage. And it's very, very similar to the Mego toys, which I was a huge, and still am, fan of. Let me grab one here so I can show you. Just grab one that's handy. This one's just happened to be sitting out, and you can see here's the typical Mego. They're almost the same size. I think this guy is maybe about 7 inches tall, where Megos are usually 8. But I'll show you when I'm all done standing up next to one. I think he would fit in just perfectly on display with the Megos. So anyway, let me open the box up here, and I will show you what you get. Okay, so this is about as close as an approximation as what he looked like when he wasn't broken in the package. And here's what's packed behind the card in the box. You've got a NFL branded base with this metal pole with the L shape, which goes into a hole in his back, which I will eventually show you. And he comes with this football. And then there's some kind of booklet in here. I think I remember seeing that these came with stickers. So, like, you could change the number and stuff on him. I don't know if that's in here. Oh, yeah, you know, actually, there's tape on here. I could open this and see. Let's find out. The tape is just, yeah, here we go. He came with these stickers, so you could change his numbers. Came with this direct, oh, it tells you how to put the decals and the stand on. Not a whole lot, not that hard to figure out. Well, what the heck, we got it out to show you before we put it all back together. Basically, I didn't realize that it was just tape shut. I thought it was heat sealed. But so you got your stand like that, and I think he's not. I thought he was. He's got a hole here. So basically, this is going to look weird, but it goes in the hole in his back, and that's how you can keep him up. And you can also put him in a action position where it looks like he's running or something. So this way, it's easier for him to stand up. So basically, here's all your pieces. And you got a little booklet here. It's the playbook. Kind of useless information. Just explains how football works, I guess. But here's some more. You can see some of the, in black and white pictures, some of the other figures that they had available. It says you can get 28 teams. So at the time, I guess that was how many there were, and you could get one of each. I have no desire or intention to. So anyway, so there we go with that. Let's put all this back in. And here's his football. He would hold this, put it in his hand. It's got a little peg on it so that it doesn't drop it. I don't know if I can figure that out. Like, looks like maybe it goes the other way. There he goes. So you can see he holds the football. Anyhow, we're going to attempt to fix him. So let's see what we can do with this. I have a couple of ideas. Originally, I was thinking about just using some elastic cord like the old Megos were put together with. Unfortunately, I don't know what I did with my supply of elastic cord. It's misplaced at the moment, but that's okay because, as you can see, originally it came with rubber bands, which is like a Type 2 Mego. And I think I'm going to try to redo him with some actual Mego rubber bands. I've got a couple different sizes here I could try. I've got these shorter ones, and I've got these longer ones. I'm thinking the longer ones will probably be right. And it would actually probably make him a little better than original because he's done more like the female figures where the rubber band is permanently attached to a pin. That would, redoing it like that would require me to try to separate this leg, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to break it because it's mint condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off these remainder of rubber band, and then I'm going to do them like a old Mego was with these little hooks. I'll try. I'm hoping it'll fit. I'm going to hook the hook around the little peg in there, and then hook it into the end of the rubber band, and then hopefully, if he's strung the way I think he is, from arm to leg, then it should work. Hopefully his head is like a Mego and is not a part of the stringing. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rethink this whole setup. So I've got all the pieces here to string him up like a Mego, and hopefully the elastic will be long enough and not be either too tight or too loose. So we will attempt to do that and repair this guy back to new. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've got him sort of apart, and there is an issue here that I was not aware of. So it looks like he's actually held together with 3 rubber bands. So originally he would go like this, and this is 1 rubber band. It's going to loop up along that vertical post, just whoop, 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 dropping pieces, up between the 2 legs. So I think it looks like this is probably darn close to original length. I might be able to use this short guy here to do that. I think that will work. It should stretch enough. If not, I can use the longer one, but that might be too wiggly loose. So that would be one with these 2 hooks I could do. Then he's got, this is petrified as well. As soon as I try turning his arms, I'm sure this rubber band will break. He's got one, looks like it's holding both arms together across the middle. So let's try to get that out, because obviously he is not posable with this petrified rubber band. It's going to have to be replaced. We'll just twist it till it breaks. And hopefully it'll be the rubber band that breaks. Yes, there we go. Okay. So there you can see that. That is just like a rock. Now, let's see. So that issue, I do have a longer rubber band from female figure, which I think will work. This is the other problem. His head, same thing. It looks like it's probably about the same size rubber band. I don't know that I have 2 of these long ones. I don't think that, well, this might work. I might be able to use this if I use the hooks on both ends and hook it down in here, because that would be, yeah, you know what? I think that might work. As long as the hook will fit up inside the head here. I'm going to have to try to take this neck post out. That would work. And then, you know, this might actually work for this too if I use the original Mego style swivel hooks. So we might actually be good here. We just won't need this extra short one here. Alrighty. Yeah, now if his head was in with a neck plug, I could have just easily done a like this, side to side, which is like how a Mego is strung. But that's obviously not the case. So now I have to figure out, let's see if this neck plug will come out. It should. I don't know how. Oops. Well, the rubber band broke. Let me get this helmet off. I don't want to break the helmet. Come on, get out of there. It's never been off. Trying to be careful. Oh boy, this is tight. That didn't sound good. Come on. Come on. Work with me here. Oh my. His head is still pretty soft, but I'm afraid if I try to do it with the helmet on, I may end up breaking the face guard or crack. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we do not want to break that. He's kind of ugly, huh? Anyway, let's see. Let's see if we can get this neck post out. I don't know. Ow. I don't know exactly how this is attached. I don't know if it's got a lip on it or if it just pushes in. I'm assuming it has a lip on it. Let me see if I can get it out here. A little tool. All right, this is being troublesome. I'm going to pause the video and get this out and come back. Okay, finally, I got it. That was not fun. Here's his head. And here is his neck plug. You see the rubber band goes through it. That's the top part. This is what's left of what was on the top part of this, and this is what holds the rubber band in into, or up in through the top of the neck plug. Basically just goes like this. So now we got that part out. I had to basically run it under hot water and use some needle nose pliers and forced it out. But it came out. It'll go back in a lot easier. So now the fun part. It looks like it should still work the way I'm thinking. I may have to trim. No, that might be okay. I don't know if I can get this up in the neck pull. Yeah, it should be. It's rubber. It should squeeze enough. So now I have to get all this gunk out. I'm thinking probably push it out this way. Maybe I'll use this side. There we go. So there's what's left of the rubber band. I don't know if I was almost tempted to save these pieces in a little plastic bag just so I have all the original parts. I don't know if that's really necessary. I guess it couldn't hurt. It's not going to harm anything to do that. So let's see. We can, I wonder if a razor blade would work better on this, or some snips. I don't think I can get snips in there. Let me see. Yeah, no, they're too big. Let me try an X-Acto knife. It's pretty brittle. It should come right off. I just don't want to damage anything. Or myself. Going through it. It's like it's so hard that it just doesn't even still want to come out of there. Guess I could cut the other side too. Probably make it a little easier. There we go. Okay. Get that part out. This will just. Of course not. Why would it cooperate? So let's get this piece out of here. Really? Oh, you're going to be Mr. Trouble, are you? All right. Looks like it's kind of hanging onto this pin, which is rotating in the shoulder. You gotta be kidding me. All right, so we're going to have to do this on both sides to pop it off. Come on. There we go. I think. No? Oh. Just cooperate, okay? There we go. Right. Everything's out of there. Looks like it. All right, that's one. All right, this one I got to do the same thing. I'll tell you what. You probably don't want to watch this. It's boring. I will remove all the rest of these pieces from all these parts, and I will come back when that is completed. Okay, got all the old busted rubber pieces off, and now you're going to build this with me. I have not pre-tested this. I don't even know if this is going to work, but let's find out together. So, I think, all right, let's try this one first. We will hook rubber band on here. There's one. And the other leg rubber band on here. And that is two. Now, let's see. I guess the best way would be to do it this way. Least chance of popping off, I think. So, see if we can even hook this on here. Not even sure if this is going to work or not. Whoop, did that go on? No, it doesn't look like it did. Hang on, I might need to use the pliers with this. I don't know if I can get my fingers down in here or not. And oh, hang on, let me try with the pliers. It might be a little easier. I'm not sure of how I may have to put the hook on first, or I mean, let's see. Maybe I should have probably tested this hook. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to test this hook on here first to see if it even fits. I may have to bend this because it may not fit around the. Oh wait, you know what? It looks like one side of this is bigger than the other. So let me try the bigger side. It's probably just bent from use. Let's see. Okay, it does fit. Sorry, I didn't realize I was out of view there. I was looking without looking into the camera. So it should, let me see how that, okay, it's going to have to go in sideways and twist, and that's going to be the way to do it. So let's get that out of there. But I don't think I'm going to be able to hook the rubber band on after I have the hook on, so I'm going to have to do it that opposite way. So let's grab this here. I think that's probably going to be my best bet. I can get a hold of it. Sorry, I'm not showing you again. Too busy looking at what I'm doing instead of looking at what you're looking at. So let's try this now. Here we go in. Hook. I think we got it. Let's see. Looks good to me. Focus that for you. See what we did there? Pretty sure that'll work. So now this is going to be the tricky part. Now we have to run it up through here. If I can get a hold of this. And then after that, I need to run it around that post and back down the other way. This is going to be fun. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. I may end up losing the hook here, but let's see. Because I really can't get a hold of it very easily. Come on. Just a little more. Come on. Don't make that cracky noise. I don't like that cracky noise. All right, I got it through. So that's what we're looking at there. Okay. Now, I can get a hold of this. This is going to be fun. Oh, I think I just lost it. I wonder if I should use the longer one. But I think the longer one might be too long. That could be a problem. But I have another idea what to do here. Well, let me see this. Okay, if I do it like, yeah, that should be just right. And it should have the right, well, that's a lot of tension actually. Maybe I should use the longer one. Let me try the longer one. And if it's too loose, we'll go back to this shorter one. Now I can't get it off. All right, I'm going to use the pliers. So anyway, that's what we're going to try to do here. We're going to try to get this back out. I will pause this because this is being troublesome. Okay, I'm back. I've pulled out most of my hair. Nothing I've tried has worked so far. I had a few different ideas. I tried this loop for the legs, but when I put that on, it was too loose and it ended up looking something like this when I was done. Then I tried the smaller loop and it ended up like this. So tight that couldn't even move the legs apart. So I put that off to the side and I decided to try a different approach. I was trying to do a string with, where'd it go? This big one up through like this from arm to arm, or arm to thigh, like a Mego, and then put these hooks on the arms. Well, this is what they look like normally, and I had to spread it out that much for it to even get around the pin in here. But the problem was I still could barely get it on there, and it would just would keep flying off. So that wasn't going to work. So what I ended up doing was just using one of these, and I used, oh, let me find one. I don't have one sitting out here at the moment. I'll show you what I used. It's good to have a lot of extra little pieces, so you're repairing Mego, so you're going to try to save like everything. But anyway, I used these little hooks, which usually go in here like this for a type 2. And this gives you the rubber band hooks. Come on, get in there. Whoa, this is giving me nothing but grief today for some reason, like all butterfingers or something. But anyway, there we go. All right, so usually this will hook on the arm, what do you call it? Arm loop, shoulder loop of the Mego, so it can pivot. The rubber band hooks on here, on this end, like that. And then it would go down through here. And then when it turns, you can see it doesn't bind up, it doesn't twist the rubber band or break it. Well, these aren't made anywhere near that way. And having these pins, this is a lot like a dynamite Mego figure. As I mentioned earlier, they're put together before they glue the seam together on the legs. So, I mean, they basically put them on and then glue the outside of the leg on because the pin is trapped between the two sides of the legs. And like you saw when I cut off the rubber bands, this would normally be in here with this hole around that loop. But you can't do that without destroying it. So I'd think up alternate ways. So anyway, you saw when I cut the rubber band out of here, I basically used same thing here, but I used, where'd it go? Oh, I used this hook on instead of the big swivel hook, and I put them like this. I hooked the small end around in here. Not going to do it right now, but so you get the idea. I pushed this through here, both sides, and then probably can't see this, but there's the hook. I hooked them underneath instead of over. I don't know if that makes any difference, but as you can see, now he's back to posability. So the arms are now fixed. Now I got a longer, I'm not sure what this was originally from. It's not this heavy duty one. This might be from a hip joint or something, or maybe it's from the, I think the neck to torso one is bigger on a Dynamite, but so this might be between like the, oh, you know what? I think this is from the arms of a Dynamite figure. Across this way, across the chest. So it's a little thinner because I couldn't get this up through the neck hole. It's just a little bigger, but I think that actually will work out in my benefit. I put the catch, or the whatever you call it, on the top to hold it. So this goes up in the neck like this. I'll do that last. And then this is going to go down through the torso. Not sure which side yet. Probably the back side, I'm guessing. Maybe the front. Who cares? Anyway, it'll get in there. And then we're going to have to hook it up to this pin, which should, I already test fitted it, Mego shoulder setup. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put the hook on here like I did for the shoulders, and then loop it through here, and hopefully that will work. Or, I mean, the other way around, actually. This goes through this way. So, hook it on here. And then his waist will turn. Doesn't really matter if you can turn all the way around, but that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And I think what I'm going to end up doing with the legs, I don't have anything smaller than these. I tried putting these straight across, but it was too big. And I don't have one. I'm going to double check, but I don't think I have one that's smaller than this. I think this is the smallest one they made. So what I think I'm going to have to do is actually just take some regular elastic cord, or maybe some flat braided elastic, and just go right between in here and just do it that way. I mean, you won't see it, but I need something so that his legs aren't either too loose or too tight. So once we get to that point, I will come back and show you where we're at. Okay, that worked perfectly, and it wasn't too hard. You see, we got the head post in. Not sure if that's only supposed to go one way. Never played with this, so I mean, it seems like it's about the only way it can go. Anyway, see, we got the waist in, swivels, it's attached like that. Focus that for you. Always seems to want to focus too far away. Just like I said, with the rubber band and the hook on there, like original Mego. It seems to want to jump forward a little bit. Maybe I should have put it behind. Well, it wasn't too hard. I think I'll switch it and see what happens. Alrighty, I think we're in the final stages here. Here's what I came up with. I'm going to use this black elastic cord. It is this stuff here. Got it at, I think I got it at Joann's, or maybe it was the Hobby Lobby or one of those places. Basically, it's a flat cord, not the round cord like a Mego usually takes. Like I said, I don't know where my proper size round cord is, but anyway, I think this will work better. This is what I usually use to restring the muscle body G.I. Joes, a 12-inch, you know, I think it was 76 they came out, 75, 76. They always fall apart too, and I've really strung like Bullet Man and stuff with them. So anyway, here's what we did. I looped it around, and then I went up over the pin in the hip area here, and then instead of taking the whole thing up and over, I decided to go almost like a triangle. So I went one loop, I went up through both tops of the legs and out the bottom, and then across the crotch area here, and I'm going to tie the knot here and tuck it in, so you won't see it, you won't know. Just have to make sure I get the right tension on it. It was a little bit tricky getting the cord around these, but you know, nothing impossible, obviously, as you can see. So that's where we sit now. We have to tie this cord together. And do a knot and get the right tension. Let's see. How's that? Maybe just a teeny bit more. So we'll go like that. I think that'll be good. So now I will tie a knot. Another one so it doesn't come loose. My fingers will work today. Ugh, this has just been really frustrating. I didn't think it was going to be this hard to be honest with you. So there we go. Now let me grab the scissors, which I did not have handy, of course. Why should I be prepared? Let me just cut the entrails off here that we don't need. Right. Tuck that up inside here. Come on. Well, nothing's going to cooperate with me today, is it? There. All right. Now let's see. He should stand up and everything. I mean, like I said, he's never been played with, so all his joints are really tight. I don't know how well these stood up when they were new, but like I said, I never took them out of the package. So, really. Maybe that's why they give you the stand. He does have really tiny feet. And he seems a little top heavy, but So there you go. Let me put his head on, reassemble him, get his football, put him in the stand, put him in a position, and show you the final result here. Be right back. Ta-da! He's done. Here he is on the stand. Fully posable, fully repaired, in condition. Again, all original. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps you. I'll be making more. Come back again. Thank you.